You don't have to follow me, but you can just have a look. Now you can do your own thing, obviously. If you can start your own thing, but how to do it?
Watch the demo.
Sorry.
Watch the demo.
Isn't that yours?
Which one?
That black and white.
Oh yeah, that's Simon's. Yes,
I
that's
forgot
Simon's.
that. Gosh. I forgot it existed.
You forgot it existed.
He's a prolific artist. Simon just produces paintings constantly. Yeah, he is. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yellow and blue. That's phthalo blue on me. But I think also the ground, it's a little bit of dark. It's very, very dark. So that area here, the dark area, starting from yellow, blue, yellow, that kind of yellow, which is cadmium yellow, and then phthalo blue, and then a little bit of black. And then this is basically that area here. Huh? Starting from the ground. Now why I'm starting from the ground? Because it's the darkest dark. So I can do that dark here and see how light I can go up at the top, which is obviously the sky. Now that's quite light actually. I was thinking it would be a lot darker. So a bit more black onto it. A bit more black. And then there you have it. There. Okay. Now you have the shrubs here. Or trees, well there are trees as well. And red or yellow, start with the yellow, add some red, and a bit of blue, make kind of brown. There, up there. So yellow ochre with a bit of blue and a bit of yellow, yellow ochre, blue and red. Sorry, and that's how I get you those reds here. They're dense at the bottom, and they go upwards. When they go upwards, they go a little bit. Look, a lot less, or a lot lighter, to resemble the trees. Huh? There. And there's a little island here in the middle. There. This one, this area here. And obviously, now with a little bit of paper, is that good view from Anna? Yes, Anna can see well. Bit of paper, and I think.
Are you recording this, Emily?
Sorry, I'm recording, yes, because Luani wanted to.
Exactly.
Yes,
I just saw myself.
Yes. Look, bit of paper, and take some of that blue here. Can you see here? There. That gives a different texture as well. And the red that I said, the red at the top, red, which is this one here. And that goes all around on here, on the trees up here, yes. Okay, now a different brush for the sky, a white brush for the sky, because I think that will be, cannot play around with these colors and use them on the sky, or clean the brush. I don't want to risk it because the brush is saturated with green. So a brand new brush for the sky. And what do you have here? You have the white here, which you best thing to do in this case is not to touch that at all. Why touching that white? Well, you have already white. There's no point. So underneath here is a kind of grey. It's all grey. Well, blue first of the sea, but it's not only blue, but there is a lot of blue there. So blue, bit of white, touch of black, kind of grey, bit more blue, again black, a bit more, and to use that grey. Yes, that one here, and sideways. Actually, I should have done the blue first and then use the shrubs here, because they come on the way. But anyway, it doesn't matter. There. No. And keep it constant, keep it at the same level because you have the horizon here. Hmm? So that connects to that part. The horizon there. And it's a really straight line. And be a bit more consistent. Well, I can leave that. I like that. Look, it's a reflection of. You see, it's just above the shrubs or the trees here. It's quite light. It's not that kind of grey that you see here. That grey here connects with the trees. If you squint your eyes, you won't even see the trees here. But here, it's bright. So I'm tempted to leave that as it is. I don't want to enter that area which I don't need to. It's waste of time. So leave it like that. Okay. Waste of time in the meaning that there is no need to do anything there. Not that it's a waste of time. But there is no need to go any further. Say that. Well, also you can say that because it's the weather. Say that I'm painting that like Anna is there on the spot. You don't want to waste time. That's what I had in mind. If you are there on in nature, and the clouds are constantly moving, you don't have time to be very precise. You can work with the big masses, which I'm doing now. The clouds, the earth, the color of the earth, roughly, and then you can finish that either in the studio, or you can finish it the way that you think will, because the clouds will be moving after 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes. They reckon that everything moves within 7 minutes. Within 7 minutes, when you are in nature, things move very, very fast. So you have to be very quick. Or the other thing you can do is to do what you can on the spot, and then work in the studio with a picture. Now what I'm doing here, it's a lot lighter. So that sky here, right here, it's a lot lighter than the sea. So that's why I was adding white here. White. And some clouds. And here, you have that grey area here. And you have the clouds which are right there. But above the clouds, you have a beautiful cobalt blue. Cobalt? Yeah, I would say cobalt. Actually, I don't have cobalt here, but I can make one. I'm using ultramarine, and cobalt, you just add a lot of white to make the cobalt that you want. A bit more blue. No, it's a lot brighter on me, so I will add a little bit more blue. And don't forget, you have the clouds, as I said here. So there. So leave the white of the clouds as it is. There is no need to do anything else on them. If you want to close the windows, Simon and Jackie, if you won't close them, if you feel cold, please close the windows. Yeah? If you feel threatened by the wind,
Maybe trees out there.
it's going to suck us out. See? Yeah, and then?
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's no need to go here. I mean, look, I've got the white of the canvas. Yeah, why? Again, say that you're working on the spot. You don't want to waste time on that. And just terps, just spread it here. Yeah. But also there is a grey. There's a grey area on the clouds here. They're not clean as, it's a kind of a grey area here. It's not a clean blue. It's a mudded blue. But before I go there, I want to get those transparent blues in between here. And getting back to this area, which is basically, look, this one here. It's kind of violety. Getting back to that now. Why I'm getting back? Because I started getting down, dropping down, and I came back to this violet. which is a sort of there. 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 And try and keep that horizontal. As we said, you have the sea here. Now it's really a bit strange to do a horizontal line while you're sideways. You have to be like this. But obviously I don't want to block your view. And that's the dirty blue that I said. Okay, how do we make that mudded blue? Well, add
Wouldn't you
anything.
have that higher?
Which one?
The canvas higher.
The
Would
canvas.
it be easier if it was higher
The camera.
for you to paint?
Hold on. Say it again. The
Would it
camera
be
is
easier if that
Oh, the
canvas you're
camera,
painting?
here.
No, the canvas you're painting on.
Oh, the camera.
higher here.
Yeah. I just
Possibly.
thought.
Possibly. Well, easier for me would be to go like that. So I can see.
A long brush.
Well, you go and get the.
Oh,
A yard brush.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, well, it's best to be at the eye level, yes?
Oh,
So,
okay.
so that you're standing up, well, I'm not that tall, but Simon, taller than me, Simon would need it there. But I don't know if Simon would like a painting to be at eye level. I don't think that. Say, most people, when they paint still lifes like this, and sorry, landscape, they will have an easel. That's Anna. They will have an easel. And the easel, you cannot put the easel higher, because if you have wind like this, first of all, you cannot paint on a day like this. It's impossible, no matter what equipment you have. Unless you paint from inside your car. You can do that. You can. But with this wind, there is no way that the easel will stand.
No.
Even if you have a good heavy easel, which most people will not
Why would
have,
you want to
because you
paint
don't
in the
want to
rain
walk with a
anyway?
heavy easel outside. So,
Why would you want to paint in the rain?
Some
well,
people
there are
do.
some people do. Yeah.
Really?
In that film, the Van Gogh film, he had the easel with ropes. He was painting in this.
Wow.
Do you remember that film?
I don't know.
No, he had, Van Gogh was painting in
Oh,
this.
yeah,
and he
well,
had
he
ropes.
was.
It's all tied down
It's
to
like
the,
anchored down.
it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah, but
wacky.
yeah, what?
He was
Exactly.
wacky, wasn't he?
He was wacky, of course.
Yeah.
But also, he was so determined to go and make it in the art world that
Yeah.
he risked his life, which actually at the end he died.
Yeah.
But
Sanchez.
today, very few. There are lots of people who do landscapes, but as I said, you will never go on a day like this. But why would you go on a day like this? You can stay home. You can paint from the inside the studio what you have outside. It's fine.
But we ventured out to come here, so people
Uh-huh.
do go out.
But Emil, some of those top landscape artists, they work in the studio, don't they?
Yes.
You can't do all that
Exactly,
fine work out in
No,
the field.
you can't.
can
No, exactly, and that's what I said. You can do the masses of color. You decide the blue that you have there because you see it. It's better to do it when you see it. It's different when you have it from the camera. The camera will always. It has a huge array of hues, but it's never like the naked eye. We'll never see the details like the naked eye will. So the camera will make it. Let's say the camera will translate it as blue, but actually it might not be blue. Might be a dark blue with lots of violet, but the camera will just see it as blue.
That's why I'm sometimes disappointed with the photograph
Yeah.
and you think,
Well,
oh,
yeah.
that's a great effect. You take it, you think,
You see?
Yeah.
You see? Because the camera sees it obviously through the mechanical eyes of a cold machine. But then when you are there personally, you're moved by what you see. Now, maybe you see a red that you've never seen before. I'll show you a picture that I've done 3 years ago in the village in Spain where we have the house. And you will see it's just impressive. And even the people living there, they say, we've never seen that red. It's very rare, violet, pink, red. Even people living there, they said, we've never seen that. It was like after a huge storm. And it came up spectacular. But if I didn't have I didn't have the easel, I just had the camera. But if you are there, you will
See,
record
yeah.
something that the camera will slightly change it and suit the mechanical view of what they see. But yeah, and that's what I said. Even though that's a fantastic picture, but if you were there, that blue might not be that blue at all. Might be a total reflection of that here. So, but Anna knows because Anna was there. So
It says it was stunning. No, it was lovely. Good.
Seems quite dark to me.
It seemed very dark to me as well.
It's come out a little bit darker in the photo
Yeah,
because the sun was shining,
yeah.
but the clouds had started to come in, so I thought it caught it quite well.
Uh-huh.
But,
What time
but
of
it
day was
lovely.
it, Anna?
Oh, it was a lovely day yesterday. It was
Well,
really lovely. It was,
What
it was
time of
really-
day? More.
Oh, what time?
Yeah.
That was about 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think about 3, 4 o'clock. Yeah. So it was lovely. It was nice. Well, I knew that today it wasn't going to be as good, so I thought, let's go.
I mean, I didn't plan to paint it, but because you were so impressed and everybody was, you know, they've commented,
Yeah.
and it's a beautiful picture. I said, well, why not do a demo of it? It doesn't, you know,
Yes,
doesn't
that's
harm
perfect.
anyone.
I've decided to paint it now.
Yes, exactly. Why not?
Yes. So this is what I've done while you were doing a demo.
Ah, good, Anna. So yes, you painted with us as well.
Yes. So there it is. I don't know if you can see it.
Can't see it.
No.
Where's yours?
Oh, it's here. Look,
Oh.
let me do that. Yeah. Oh,
All right.
that looks good.
Wow, yeah.
That's massive. That's big, Anna.
Yes. I decided that it was a canvas that was there, so I just picked it up and I thought, okay, let's go for it.
Let's
Okay.
go for it. Okay. Good. Good.
There we
Good
go.
start. Good start.
Yes. So, and that's how the clouds, I'm like, oh, I lost it a bit there, but I thought, keep going. Keep going.
Exactly. Keep going till you will find it. You'll find a way.
Exactly.
You will find a way to make it work.
Exactly.
Because you know, and you know the place. You're differently attached from us because we haven't seen it. We just see the picture.
I can paint whatever I want.
Of course you can. Of course
That's
you can.
an artistic license.
Absolutely. Well, what I've done here, because I was not, Anna was, we were talking about that. So
Yeah.
what I've done here, it's red. I took that green, which it was obviously designated for the ground. Green, crimson red. Well, it's not actually crimson, but it's deep red. It's like crimson. Green, dark crimson, and a lot of this blue. Mix it up with this. Huh? And I have those blues, so why throw them away, or why not using them? Why I can actually use them up here easily. You see, there is no need to go blue. As we demonstrate, I've done other demos for Sky. Do you remember that? Not using blue at all. Well, it was 2
Yes.
weeks, 3 weeks ago. Do you remember, Anna? Using that
Yes.
yellow sky, which
Yeah.
just how to use, how to make the sky a lot more interesting. So use more colors than, because there are always more colors than what you think they are where you painting. Yeah, that's the grey that I was talking about. So a bit more white, added back to this grey mix, and then here. And as I said, look, there's no need for me to touch that. Well, I should, because obviously it's not that white. Well, down here you have loads of beautiful greys and very, very light greys. So that's what I'm planning now. Just a little bit more on the white area, a touch of red, white again, touch of red. And I've got too much red on my hands here. And then going a little bit here. There. Softly. And then don't want to go too far up because, as I said, I don't want to touch that white which is there already. And look, softly merge these edges. Merge the edges here. There. And why not? Why not use your fingers?
With the final painting, would you paint the white just so you've got a texture?
I might not actually.
Okay.
Because look, I'll do a little hint here. Look, pure white. There's no whiter than the white. You see, so it's like it's wasting color because obviously for texture, that's a good point. You can use it right on the edge. Look here, not on the. You see what I'm not there because that will not make any difference. But I can use it there. Look, right when it meets the blue. Huh? There. And here where I've lost it, look here. You have loads of white here. Pure white and then you can bring it up about here, look. But then the whole magic is how to blend it with the existing tonal value there. Because you can put a chunk of white, which I did, but then you have to blend it and make it work and make it organically melt with, with the rest of the painting. And not to be there like a sore thumb, because otherwise it becomes focal point, unless you want that focal point to be there. But I don't think you would, because you have the same white all over. And obviously on these clouds here, look, take that white and break it down, break down all this what we've done so far. Bit of red, resemble cloud, but obviously will be a lot more effective when you do it with other paper. Paper is a good tool. And here, and blend them and create a different texture, create a round texture, and here as well, because that's quite straight, and I don't want to leave that straight line from my brush to leave that to leave that squares, because it doesn't, obviously it's not organic. Now going back to the ground, because I think the ground is a lot darker than what I've done. So going back to the ground, and that will be that's possibly, well, the focal point is the sky, because I think the eye goes straight to the sky. So the focal point is the sky, but don't forget that the ground is very important as well. It frames your painting anyway. So black, red, and some more green, and I want to get the edges of that darker, the edges of the landscape. We have a green here, the green, and inside the green, it's a warm green. We have a cool sky, and a nice mix will be cool, having a cool green, or not a mix. No, it's not a nice mix. But what I want to say is that you have to play with the cools and darks. It's a lot cooler here, a lot warmer here. Look, so warm yellow. You see? Creates a nice
colour.
valley. Yeah, it's a nice colour. Yeah. So you have yellow, that yellow, cut yellow with the green, and keep it and use it there. Look, sometimes on that part of the valley, let's say you have a reflection of the sky onto the green. So look, take some white from here and use it there. Look. So what I'm saying is that light from the sky reflects back on the ground, on Earth. So look, not everywhere. You don't, because if you do it everywhere, then you lose a niche. You lose that prettiness. You lose that, let's say, eureka moment. Okay, I can use it there, and I can make a path here, although it's not there. Look what I'm saying. Say that you have a path here. You have people walking by, and they go to the beach from that green area, and it's a lot darker here. Now the dark down here is just, to me, it looks really dark, but I don't want to do it black only. So loads of black though, and Viridian green together, and look, that frames the painting. Okay. So black and Viridian green. Okay. Now there's no need to go after every corner here to paint it. Doesn't have to be that way. You see, it creates, obviously it's a bit like the cloud that it disrupts the sky, which is kind of a dark area there. You have the same darkness here, which repeats itself. And also it frames the painting. It's dark, and then you have the dark cloud up there. So it frames it. And the shrubs, you make them a little bit more cheerful, because they're a little bit dark there. But yeah, we can give an indication of maybe a building here behind. Make a geometrical sign here, just kind of a roof, so we know that it's a human settlement here. Like, you're not going in the middle of nowhere. So there you go. That bit darker here. And a bit more tabs to do these buildings. Sorry, trunks. And by painting the trunks like this, with no leaves, you know that you are in winter. Huh? You see what I mean? You are in a period of the time of the year that there's nothing growing, because of the wind. So the wind's fault. And white and yellow on the trunk, look. And doing, by highlighting the trunk on one side, actually there is light, which I'm not even inventing it. By highlighting the trunks on the right, you indicate to the viewer that the sun is coming that way. That's why you have light here. And also that breaks the red, and it breaks down the red, because a lot of red down here, and I think down on the ground, and I think you can highlight them with a bit of white, look. And yellow. If you like yellow, I like yellow. Why not put some yellow here? Again, makes it more cheerful. Parts of it. Not everywhere. And human settlement, as I said, the house. There is nothing there, but I like to put some white here, look. If you know what I mean. Yeah? That breaks down that area there as well. And here, just make them softly merge them like this. To create that impression of sea and reflection of the sea onto, sorry, because I'm keeping you now. And you can start painting, to be honest, yes. And a bit more white, a bit more white on the top here. And can you see, Keith?
Mm-hmm.
Look, do that reflected light here, look. With that white, huge brush of white. See what I mean? And reflected light, which is basically the sea with it. And a bit of red. I like that red, so look. That violet is back on our landscape here. And these are down here. Okay. Okay.
It's coming together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think, yes, I don't want to take more from your time, so carry on. Do your own thing. And I think Luani will be happy with that, hopefully.
It's a process, isn't it?
Or she will say, that's rubbish! Why are you recording that?
Now,